Well, kids, due to circumstances beyond my control, could not go live tonight because of my ISP here in Germany going through some kind of roving situation where my upload is down. I can't go live upload, but that's okay because we're still doing a Raw review, and we got a lot to talk about because that was one hell of a Monday Night Raw. Let's get into it. I'm going to break it down. We're going through it note by note. Let's do this thing right now, right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Dead on Dave. Now, we can't go live, unfortunately, because like I said, there's a roving upload restriction for something. Tommy C was affected by it last night. Tonight, apparently, is my turn, so I cannot go live. And really, there's only one thing I can say about that. I mean, really, when it comes down to it.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
That's right. That's right. Woody Allen said it best. And of course,
I have spoken!
So you know that that's the law. It is an absolute travesty, but that's okay because we got a hell of a Monday Night Raw to talk about. Jesus, a lot happened. I'm going to go ahead and say it, and I wished I could have done this live so I could have got the live reaction from you guys, but I think this is one of the best Raws of the year. It was remarkably well booked tonight. The emphasis was on the tournament, the new #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, and it was a brilliant thing. The matches were great. The promos were really good. The segments were fantastic. There was no wasted motion tonight. None. This is how you can book a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. There it is. All the people who say, oh, well, maybe you just can't. Maybe you got to go to 2 hours. Maybe that's the answer. You don't need to. Not when you book like tonight. Now, look, there is no question that San Diego crowd was absolutely on fire. On fire. And maybe that show does not play as well in other arenas. That's very possible. But I'm going to say this. I think that show really should be able to stand up anywhere in the wrestling country because I thought it was fantastic. I'm really happy about this Raw. Let's get into exactly why, because there's a lot to talk about. And so no callers tonight because I'm not live or anything. So let's just get right into the copious amounts of notes so I can get this thing up so you guys can watch. So Triple H and Stephanie kicks off the show. Stephanie in a skirt. Me likey. And they go through a little spiel, and then Seth comes out and does his little spiel. Nothing that I did not hate at all. They put each other over quite a bit. A little bit of love fest. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I definitely didn't hate it. And then eventually the #1 contender tournament gets announced, and it sounds like a great idea. Rewarding the winners from the pay-per-view. What a novel idea, man. What a great idea. Make the pay-per-view matter a little bit by having all the winners from the previous night be able to compete for the biggest prize, an opportunity at the biggest prize in the sport. Brilliant. So simple, yet just absolutely brilliant. We got some of the biggest names in the company right now competing because of it, and it was smart, it was easy, it was subtle, it was great. But they didn't waste the losers either. They didn't waste them either. We'll get into that. But I love this idea of rewarding the winners. After they go through all of that, Roman comes out, which, look, predictability is something I can forgive if the execution is really good. So the fact that we all knew that Roman Reigns was probably going to win tonight, especially when he comes out and gets into the ring, he lines up to shoot for a promo. He shoots. He sucks. That promo was absolutely terrible. 2-3 lines. He couldn't get it. Oh, God. Just punch people, Roman. Punch people. Don't talk. Punch punch. That's it. Okay, so we knew right from there. I wouldn't have booked him. I wouldn't have put him in there like that. I thought that was a mistake. But that's okay. That's okay. I can forgive that because it did give away a little bit what was going on. But I don't think that it was egregious by any stretch because the execution. Now, if the whole night would have sucked, the matches were terrible, and we wouldn't have got any good performances, then I would have looked at the beginning of the show and go, God damn, predictability and stupidity and bad. No, we're done. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. And you have to look at everything at face value and look at all of it and then determine, was it good or was it bad? And in my opinion, it was pretty badass. So let's get into the whys here. So after that, Roman gets the first match tonight against Kofi. Probably should have been one of the weaker matches of the night, especially with all the 8 of the guys that were in this tournament, but it was really good. Roman getting stretched out recently, too, in singles competition, something that they normally don't do. I like this. Look, he proved that he can carry himself in a singles competition with Bray Wyatt, so let's see what he could do with maybe somebody who doesn't have the same electric, charismatic personality and some of the intangibles that Bray has, but a very solid worker in Kofi. Kofi worked him over really well. The match played well. I thought it was very good. It didn't get boring. There was a lot going on, a lot of back and forth. Kofi dominated a lot of it. I like the fact that Roman was selling a lot of the injuries from last night in Hell in a Cell. You shouldn't be 100% going in after Hell in a Cell, so I thought that was really smart. But the inevitable happened, and Roman gets the victory with a spear. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. We knew it was going to happen, but Kofi and his unicornness really did put up a great fight. Now, here's the thing. I want to give a little bit of love to Kofi here because this whole situation with the New Day has seemed to absolutely revitalize him. Not only his career for obvious reasons, but just what he does in the ring, everything that he's doing, he seems to care again. He seems to give many flying fornications, and I love that. I love when a guy who's been around for as long as Kofi suddenly starts to care again, and he's having some great matches, and he had a great match with Roman Reigns. It's okay to put somebody over. It's okay. Use that big oomph that you're getting right now. Use some of that rub and rub it. Rub it all over Roman Reigns' sexy body. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. And it really would set the tone because this is how all the matches were tonight. All the important matches, I should say. And it was good. I enjoyed it. So how do you follow that up? Some people may be not happy with Roman. I get that. If you can look past your distaste for Roman Reigns, the match was good. But how do you follow it up? How do you placate the people who may not have been happy with the fact that Roman is going to win this thing and inevitably win the whole damn tournament? Well, followed up with an amazing matchup between Cesaro and Kevin Owens, man. Again, first thing I noticed, the length of the match. Length. Basically, the first 2 matches took up almost the entire first hour. And it's fantastic. This is how you fill a show. Once again, Cesaro seems to be, I don't know if he is doing this on purpose to where he is not giving WWE much of a chance or a choice to ignore him. He is absolutely going for it every single match now, and I love it. I love what he's doing. He's doing a fantastic job. And this is the second night in a row where he absolutely puts on a clinic, steals the show. Kevin Owens doesn't have to do much in this match. He got to save a lot of his good stuff for the second match. In this match, he just had to endure, take the punishment. But Kevin Owens shows why he's so valuable, why he's so good. Every time he fights Cesaro, he has a different match. He plays a different role. And in this one, he just had to tell the story of a guy trying to survive a dude who is as white hot as anybody in the ring right now, and that's Cesaro. And he does. And he picks up the victory because that's what Kevin Owens does. He just finds ways to win. And he told a great story. I thought it was a great match. Maybe my favorite of their series, I have to admit. And I don't say that lightly because they've had some great matches, but Cesaro had his best performance, and I just like the secondary role that Kevin Owens took, but inevitably getting the victory. I thought it was really well done. It was really smart, and I like that. So backstage, we get PCB getting back together, and I write here in my copious amounts of notes, man, I hope there's a payoff to this, because having them do the stupid pinky shit again and all that, I don't care. I hope there was a payoff. Luckily, I would not be disappointed. PCB then goes to the ring to take on the Bellas. There was something in the air. I know the Bellas are from San Diego. I know that everybody was really excited from last night's Hell in a Cell. The crowd was absolutely juiced up and electrified tonight, and the ladies even felt it. Even the ladies in a 6-woman tag, which, let's face it, these have been garbage. They were juiced up tonight, man. They came out firing. Really nice tag match. Surprisingly good. The Bellas get the victory, which I don't have a problem with, especially because Paige then goes full on ham on everybody and beats the shit out of Becky and Charlotte. So we get the payoff. Paige goes full turn, and now we have a story. Now we have a rivalry. Paige gonna probably go through Becky Lynch, which, come on, we should be excited about seeing Becky in a match with Paige. But then Paige going to Charlotte. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It should be a great match. I'm excited for it. Paige being the first to really test Charlotte. I mean, Nikki did. Nikki gave her a good match. But I think we're all expecting way more from Paige and Charlotte. And I think we're going to get it too. Pretty damn good stuff. So I didn't hate that match at all. I thought it was very well done. There was a lot going on in it. They got good time, and they came out firing, man. It was just a really well done match. Nothing spectacular, just well done. Just well done, and that's all you need. Next, we get Del Rio and Zeb Coulter backstage, and apparently they're the Mex-Americans. What the fuck? This is going to be fun, okay? Look, they're heels, but this is going to be fun. This whole pairing, they're going to be ridiculous. They're going to be ridiculous. And I like the idea that Del Rio has come back in with this new vigor. He looks great. And I'm not a Del Rio guy. Remember that. I am not a big Del Rio fan. But Jesus, does he look like he is happy to be back in the WWE. He looks like he's excited to be there. He looks like he is ready to work. And it's pretty damn exciting. So he gets his match with Neville for the tournament. And I got to admit, I wasn't expecting a lot here. I mean, this is another one of those obvious things. Del Rio is going to get this victory. But because of the two competitors, I know it should be a good match, and it absolutely was a good match. This is the best version of Del Rio that I've seen, by far. I am liking this version of Del Rio. It reminds me of young Del Rio, when he was having matches with Mystico and shit down in Mexico. They were great matches. Neville was really good as well. Again, lengthy. They are focusing on these matches. They're important. These are all winners from the night before. They're going after the richest prize in the game. And they are giving these matches due justice. Yes, people are going to be upset at the fact that Neville does not get the victory. Once Neville's getting buried. Look, Neville's young. He's young and he's new. There's nothing wrong with him paying his dues. They're not burying this guy. Neville's not getting buried. In fact, he just moved on from a burial standpoint, if you think about it. He's not feuding with goddamn Stardust and shit anymore. No. Now, he was in a tournament for the number one contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's not a bad thing. And he was in there with a veteran, and he got to show some really good stuff with Del Rio. So I don't have a problem with that at all. Del Rio gets the victory. He's the bigger name. He's going to add more juice to the main event. Made a lot of sense to me. After that, this is kind of where I was getting worried. I was worried that maybe they were going to derail things with 3D and Ryback versus the Eurozone, the European Union, whatever you want to call them, Rusev, Barrett, and Sheamus. On a night where the focus is on the number one contender tournament, a 6-man tag to break up the pace is not necessarily a bad thing. I love the fact that all 6 guys that were in this match lost last night, giving them a little bit of a consolation prize, and again, putting an emphasis on things that normally isn't put on. Somebody's got to tell me something, though. I need to know. Please put in the chat, what the hell is that weird mutant cat on the back of Ryback's fucking gear? This is crazy. It was absolutely insane. Look, this was a fun match. There was a lot of chance. There was a lot of work between Ryback and 3D. Not very long. Barrett steals the match, gets the victory for his team. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Yes, Ryback is terrible right now, but this was a fun match. The crowd was really digging it. I couldn't believe that. This crowd was red hot tonight. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. Now, before I continue through the copious amounts of notes, I want you guys to hit the like button of this video. I want to once again apologize for not being able to go live. I really am sorry for that. I'm going to do an extra video sometime throughout the day. I'm going to talk about the importance of Survivor Series. I kind of want to make it up to you guys because I feel bad for not being able to go live. It's not my fault, though. It really is the ISP. Tommy C had the same thing happen to him last night. Remember Tommy C over at Shot From The Point? If you love your hockey stuff, he couldn't do Shot From The Point live last night because of this very same issue. He's with TKS. I'm with Vodafone. Tonight, it's Vodafone that's getting its block out, and it sucks, but hey, it is what it is. But that's all right, because Dead on Dave soldiers through, and here we go. You're getting your copious Monday Night Raw review anyway, even though it's not live, all right? I will give you an extra live show sometime this week, though. I promise you that. We will go live extra, and I'm going to give you a Survivor Series little extra video, the importance of Survivor Series, because I've been thinking a lot about that, why Survivor Series needs to matter again, and hopefully we're on our way to building to that, but that's another video, and I will do that for you guys. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, man. We are at 1,500 plus subscribers right now, and that's because of you guys, so I really appreciate that. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you are so inclined, donate to the channel. Keep the cool stuff going. The numbers. We got call-in numbers, man. We got 702-751-2902. That's because of you guys. So keep that stuff going. Very much appreciated. You don't know what it means, so thank you very much for that. And if you're so inclined, please continue to donate right in the description box of this video. Donate to the channel and show the fat man that you love him. All right? If you can tip your barista for your disgusting pumpkin spice latte with extra foam and double pumps and all that shit, you can tip the fat man for the free content that you're getting. All right, so very much appreciated of that. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the copious amounts of notes. Yeah, the Wyatts come out next, man. The Wyatts, I was excited about this. I was excited to see what the Wyatts were going to do. Great promo by Bray, probably one of his best. He was amped up. He didn't flub any lines like he did in the first Undertaker build. I did not like his build there. I loved this promo tonight. It was effective. It was emotional. It was good. I loved it. Eventually, as most of us suspected it would happen, if you look at the ring post, you could see that Kane's pyro was up there. Kane comes out, puts up a hell of a fight against those numbers, but eventually the numbers do get to him. Seeing Kane and Braun Strowman face-to-face was fucking awesome. Awesome. But Kane coming down to the ring, he looked messed up. He looked like he got hurt last night. So hopefully him getting carried out. And this was another case of a veteran not wanting to walk back to the back, I think. They're like, hey, just carry me back, guys. Carry me back. I need help. I'm tired and old. Carry me back. So they carried him back because they're nice young kids and they respect their elders. The question is, where is this going? Undertaker, Kane, laid out by the Wyatts on consecutive nights. Obviously, this is going to Survivor Series in a traditional match elimination style. Probably 4-on-4 because that's how many Wyatts there are. But they could go 5-5. But we'll see what they decide to do. Now, the question does become, who the hell is going to be the partners? Who's taking up the mantle for Undertaker and Kane? Well, a lot of people were like, hey, probably going to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. I don't think so. Maybe Dean Ambrose is one of them, but I would even be surprised at that. Look for a legendary pairing. I'm thinking based off of what JBL has been doing on commentary with this whole thing, I have a feeling he's going to get involved. And if he gets involved, maybe they can find a way to get Ron Simmons in there too. We don't know this if Ron Simmons is getting in great shape and he's going to be able to step into the ring. Last time I saw Ron Simmons on television, he looked like he could barely walk. So I'm not very hopeful of that. But JBL would be a great partner for these guys. For one, because he's a big, giant ham hock, let's face it. And two, he has history with The Undertaker, not only as an opponent, but he was part of the ministry. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if he's not going to go, two other guys come to my mind. But here's the same problem is, can either of them go? Mankind and Sting. I think it's kind of an obvious thing. It makes all the sense in the world for a multitude of reasons. Just the whole gimmick of the weird, odd, strange, bizarre, supernatural stuff. It just works. But the problem is, we don't know if either of those guys are in wrestling condition. Mick probably is not. He can barely frickin' walk, but he doesn't need to do a lot. That's the thing about Mick. And maybe this idea has been floated for a while and he is going to be able to come in there and get something going, but I doubt it. Sting is an even bigger wild card because he's coming off that really ugly looking injury to Seth Rollins. And we haven't heard anything about it since, really. We heard that he was going to be okay, but we weren't sure if he's ever going to wrestle again. And we simply have not heard a goddamn thing from it. So the question really does become, who is going to step in and help Kane and Taker? And it's one of the most intriguing things going in the Survivor Series. And I think it's one of the things that's going to help build Survivor Series back up to prominence. Because Survivor Series was once a big four. There's 4 major pay-per-views a year that used to matter more than any. And it started with SummerSlam. SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Survivor Series needs to be back in that category. It needs to matter again. And having a great title match, we're going to get into that in a minute, and a really important thing with The Undertaker, 25-year anniversary, the whole shebang bang. These are 2 really good ways to help raise it back to prominence. We'll see what else they end up putting in there to help, pad it, but it should be quite interesting. So after that segment, which I loved, by the way, I'm kind of surprised that I did. Maybe the crowd was affecting me because I loved everything. There's nothing that I hated tonight. I mean, really, even the Coleman stuff. Okay, I can get on Titus O'Neil for not being the greatest talker in the world, but he tried. The backstage stuff with The Miz, didn't mind that too much. It's The Miz. It had to pay off with Austin actually being there. Who knows when that was actually, it was probably recorded last week, to be honest. But that was cool. Getting Austin on television is always cool, even if he's just plugging a video game, which drops here in a couple of hours, I believe. Some of you guys are probably standing in line because you're sick. Because you're sick and you have addictions to video games. You got addictions to video games, man. We have addictions to video games. You have addictions to wrestling. You have addictions to this technology of the world. But it's okay, brothers and sisters, because I'm here to tell you today that there is a way to keep your minds out of the gutter that is video gaming. And that is coming into the light of Dead on Dave. Yes, the light of Dead on Dave. He will guide you to the promised land. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I love video gaming and I wish that I was going to get this game, but I'm poor. I'm poor and I don't even have a system right now, son. No systems for Dead on Dave. I'm playing all my game on Steam. And I don't know if WWE 2K16 is even coming out on Steam. So, no. I have no idea. But if it does, I'll probably buy it because it's going to be awesome. Boom. Big E Langston. Oh, I'm sorry. No Langston. Taking on Dolph Ziggler. Tyler Breeze comes out. Sets up a VIP entrance with a useless-ass bouncer. And sits there. I love it. I thought it was cool. I like the fact that Tyler didn't get involved in this match, by the way. Spoiler, sorry. Didn't get involved in the match, and I think it was a good idea. Let the match stand on its own. And once again, loads of time given to this match. And again, you didn't think it would have been. Given how they've gone the entire night, this might have been one where they were like, hey, let's just quick little boop. No, it was a good match. It just built throughout the entire match. It started off one way. These two have unbelievably good chemistry together, too. Big E and Ziggler really do. Kofi was great on the outside, just like Big E was earlier for him. Dolph can really work with Big E, and I did not think that he could. Great match. Really did enjoy it. The finish was fantastic. Big E basically moving the goddamn ring by hitting the ring post. Holy shit, he hit hard. and Ziggler hits the big zigzag for the win. Absolutely loved it. And this, of course, all builds up to the main event, which I fell in love with this main event. The crowd ate it up. I ate it up. I thought it was fantastic. It was so goddamn well done. Every single person in this match squared off and had an individual moment with each other, and you were able to gauge the reactions of each potential matchup, and it was great. Seth Rollins was out on commentary. He did a good job. Once again, I love the fact that they did not have shenanigans. They could have had Dean Ambrose interfere, and I thought that was a possibility. Have him interfere, kind of throw us a swerve, have Dean turn on Roman, and those two can feud for a little while. And then, I don't know, maybe I thought there was a possibility that Del Rio could win this match tonight if they were going to go with the swerve with Dean. Of course, that didn't happen. I don't think it was a bad idea either. I think a lot of people are going to be upset at the fact that there was no swerve and it was very predictable and all that stuff. But I'm not. I thought it was really a smart way to go. And really my reasoning behind it is simple. And it comes down to execution, like I said earlier. It was executed properly, so that's why I don't have an issue with the predictable booking. I mean, that's what it really does come down there for me. And I didn't think it was a bad idea to go this route because, look, Roman and Seth, we kind of seen it. You know, we've seen a little bit, but not for something that really matters. And we haven't seen this version of Roman. This is the best version of Roman Reigns that we've gotten. Look, love or hate the guy, and I know a lot of you out there can't stand Roman Reigns, but the fact is he has improved by leaps and bounds this last year. He really has, and we are seeing the best version of the guy right now. Why else is this a very good thing? Well, let's think about this. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are not going to feud until WrestleMania. That ain't happening. So why am I happy about this? Because we're getting it now. And that means we probably will not be getting it at WrestleMania. That means Roman will probably not be the champion going in. He probably will not win the title at WrestleMania. Means he probably will not be in the Royal Rumble or at least win the damn thing. Roman is going to be shielded, for lack of a better term, from those big potential pitfalls that they've had him in before. The big spots in the big cities, in the big main events. That is what has been his downfall. That is where people have turned, and they are keeping him out of it. And it's very smart to do so. Give him the second tier of the big four. Give him Survivor Series. Let's see how he does in that main event. If he can help carry that card, then you know he's building. This is very smart by the WWE. Why make the same mistakes over and over? Fuck it. Let's make some new ones possibly, or at least let's find out exactly what we have. Are people going to accept Roman Reigns? That's the question. And Survivor Series main event is a really good way to get your finger on the pulse and see exactly what's going to happen with that. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know how people are going to take it. But based off of tonight, how San Diego reacted to not only this match, but the confrontation afterwards between Seth and Roman, I think it's looking very good at this point. I thought it was very well done. The match was phenomenal. Let's face it. That Fatal 4-Way was fucking great. Not good, not average, great. Fucking great, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I'll say it again. I'm dropping F-bombs, mother effers. Look, I enjoyed it. I don't think there's really a lot to complain about with this Monday Night Raw. Certain people are going to, I'm sure. That's just the nature of this game. People are not happy with shit. That's okay. But Raw was good, and it was a good come down from last night's really good pay-per-view. So I'm thrilled. I said at the beginning of the show, I felt that this is one of the best Raws of the year. I think it's top 4 or 5, maybe top 3. It was really solid. I give it an 8.5. I really do. I thought it was great. The matches were booked beautifully. Emphasis on every single one of those. It was great. Very well done. A lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I really wish that I was able to go live tonight, because I would have loved to have talked to you guys and heard what you had to say. But unfortunately, the internet gods were not abiding. But that's okay, because you got your copious review anyway. We went through the copious amounts of notes, and I promise you I will go live to make this up to you guys. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. You think as soon as I get the friggin' go-ahead from this stupid-ass ISP, then I will be going live. So join me for that. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk wrestling throughout the week. We'll talk about Raw. We'll talk about what we saw. We will do all that. But hit me up on Twitter if you have questions. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up right here in the comments section, man. Hit me up on Google+. You can hit me up anywhere. Hit me up and I'll call you back. Skype me at davidvancura, DAVIDVANCURA. Go ahead and hit me with a little text. And I'll be like, what up, player? I don't respond to them all, though, because some people are creepy. You know who you are, creepy motherfuckers. But look, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, sorry we couldn't go live, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Want to give a quick thank you to my boy, the copious graphics guru Sal, for once again everything that you're seeing here graphics-wise. Did an absolutely amazing job. And if you want to see more of his work, check out his website that he's building, White Death, man. It's pretty cool. Good stuff happening. You can contact him for all your graphics need. There you go. White Death Graphics at gmail.com. If you need some graphics work done, this guy is the dude to call. Salvador Quijera. Call his ass because he's fantastic. He's really good. Tell him Dave sent you. He does a great job. So make sure you check him out. He's done a great job on my channel. He's also revamped the merchandise website, man, deadondave.spreadshirt.com. We gave you what you wanted. You guys wanted the Pour Honey on Your Titty shirt. It's there. He made it. It's incredible. Make sure you guys go check it out, man. And when you do buy any of these things and you get them, wear them. Wear them and go ahead and take a picture and tweet it to me, because I want to see it. I want to see you guys repping Dave. Showing the world that you're copious, because we're copious. Other than that, that's all I got. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. We're on our march to 1,600 subs, and it's all because of you guys. Get us there, and I'll do a little dance. That's all I got. Thank you guys very much. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We will see you next time. Take us out with the extra epic outro for this one more time. See you next time. Peace.